Christy Sanders, Week 6, Introductory Speech. Be kind and compassionate to one another. Forgive each other just as in Christ God forgave you. Also known as Ephesians 4:32. Bible verses always have a way of taking me back. Kind of like a perfume or an old song. It brings that sense of nostalgia and takes you immediately back to that second when that memory had occurred. But this isn't about memories. It's about my journey. Life has a way of helping shape you into the person that you are today. Through struggles, learning, and developing, I've been able to pave my destiny into my own version of success. So I'll start with struggles. Struggles, they push you outside of your comfort zone and they force you to face some of your utmost fears. Not like arachnophobia, more like public speaking and your own personal development. Now, it's kind of hard to believe, but growing up, I was not the most popular kid in school. I actually was probably the least popular kid in school. I went to multiple elementary schools, and also I was kind of weird. I wore polyester jumpsuits and had a chili bowl haircut, so that was interesting. I actually grew up with my grandma, and she's probably one of the most amazing people that I've ever known. I owe a lot of my values and respect to her. However, it was kind of hard growing up with her because she was also fighting her own demons, such as alcoholism, which eventually led to her passing. I always found it difficult connecting to others. I was kind of ashamed in my home life, the fact that I didn't have any friends, and just really, I was just uncomfortable in social situations. Now, learning from your mistakes and admitting you have been wrong is difficult and sometimes unachievable task. I would probably say that my biggest fault would be jumping to blame others as to why I was not successful. Jumping to say, well, I could have done that, but Susie, she was in my way and this caused me not to be successful, say, in this speech. Taking feedback is also another vicious cycle. Until someone allowed me not to refuse taking the feedback, to actually sit down and say, hey, this is something that you need to know. I also found that recognizing my own pride and stubbornness was the first step in the journey. Not allowing it to consume you is the second. Having a lot of pride is something that is kind of ingrained in me. I always like to prove to myself or prove to others that I'm right. Even if I'm wrong, I'll go all the way to the end, thinking that I am right, even though I don't want to admit it. But really giving in to that when you are wrong is probably one of the most successful achievements that I've ever had. Now, with the acceptance that I'm not perfect, this allowed me to open up to feedback. I have a lot of areas of opportunity. I'm never going to be 100% because I am human. By accepting this feedback, it allows me to grow as an individual and also opens up a sense of criticism and vulnerability that I was not comfortable giving to others. It's scary. Allowing yourself to open up to others is what I found to be the third and final step of learning from your mistakes and not allowing them to continue. Now, developing and success, I feel, go hand in hand. As you develop, you're striving to be better, thus more successful emotionally and or financially. Now, a quote that I found, it was actually said by Marilyn Vos Savant. Success is achieved by developing our strengths, not by eliminating our weaknesses. We're always going to have those weaknesses, those insecurities. But as long as you constantly develop your strengths, this will allow you to achieve. I don't think I could have actually said that better. Weaknesses make you into who you are. Being a weird kid made me into who I am. Living with my grandma made me into the person that I am, and it also ingrained values into me regarding my own conscience and learning from her. I also feel that your strengths will outshine and mold you into the person that you want to be. Don't let your weaknesses consume you and don't focus on them. You can always work to improve. Now, continuously learning and developing has helped me not stay stagnant in my knowledge, growth, and development. Just constantly being willing to innovate and improve, learning and developing myself, I think, is the second most important area. Now, developing never stops. You're never going to be at 100%. We all have areas of opportunity, and by acknowledging them and developing them, you can become a more holistic person and leader eventually. So in conclusion and in summary, through my journey, I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned from my influences as a child not to have that impacted with my own daughter and in my own life. I feel that influential people that I've actually let in my vulnerability where it has gone down have helped to guide me and take control of my success and destiny, allowing me to take that ownership. So finally, I will leave you with a comedic end. In the words of Joe Dirt, one of my favorite movies, life's a garden, dig it. Don't be ashamed to get dirty by acknowledging your weaknesses, learning that you may not know everything and you might need a little help. You are going to need a little help. And finally, planting seeds of development to watch yourself grow into the biggest sunflower in the garden. So I hope you find my introduction to be informal, kind of giving a little background into my growth and development and how you can best impact yourself. Thank you.